Yo, so my boy Will said, hey man, you gotta see this video and talk about it. It is whites only communities don't realize one important fact from Trader Bubba podcast. And shout outs to him for putting together a great video and finding this article. Credits to him. But let's just go ahead and take a look at it. What important fact are we missing, guys? Let's check it out. So,
no Nazis, no KKK, no fascist USA.
We were there last year as anti-fascist protesters raised their voices in opposition to the annual gathering of white nationalists at Montgomery Bell State Park. The American Renaissance Conference is scheduled to return to the park in mid-November.
We have a community for white Americans who value their European ancestry.
We have a community of for white Americans that value their European ancestors. Say, bro, it's just whites only. Just say that, dude. Just say that. Don't try to put the fancy sugar on top. If you ain't white, you can't live here. That's exactly what you're saying, dude.
Among the speakers is a far-right figure who's recently made headlines around the globe with his plan to create a whites-only community in northeastern Arkansas.
Of course, we're concerned about the ability of white Americans to have their own communities in the future, and I think this is a discussion that needs to happen.
Eric Orwell told me he wants to test federal fair housing laws, which is why he created a group called Return to the Land as a private membership association, in other words, a private club, with plans to create other whites-only communities.
Right now, there are a few hot spots that we're honing in on: Idaho, Tennessee, the Ozarks.
You say,
hey, man, you're not going to move to Louisiana with any of those, man? You're not going to move to Florida with any of those? Oh, I see what it is. You're pretty much zeroing in on where you can get the most members. Got it.
Tennessee?
Yeah, that's one of those hot spots.
And where in Tennessee are you looking at?
A few different locations: Eastern Tennessee, Central Tennessee. So I'm not going to give away.
Look, he said a few things in here, and what we're gonna do is really take a look. He said what? Tennessee, Idaho. Let's see, Idaho gun laws. Because look, let's just be honest, guys. Let's just be honest. Idaho is an open carry state where permitless carry for individuals 18 or older, meaning a license is not required to carry a handgun openly or concealed. Okay, looks like we got a little bit of free carry in Idaho. Let's see, Tennessee gun laws 2025. Tennessee gun includes permitless carry, constitutional carry for residents age 21, and new requirement for mandatory annual firearm safety lessons. Look, at least we got mandatory annual firearm safety lessons. So at least Tennessee is doing something great. But when you say this and you go zero in onto these hotspots, my mind also zero in on gun laws and things like that, because I'm not saying that the whites only communities are gonna be heavily armed, but I would assume that they're gonna exercise that right to carry, if you know what I mean.
Zip codes or anything.
His website shows a map that includes the eastern part of Middle Tennessee and East Tennessee that make up Appalachia, which would include Jackson County, where Christian nationalists are also hoping to establish their own community, giving some of the same reasons Orwell gives for choosing the region.
But Appalachia in general has a lot of founding stock Americans who are very rooted to the land here. People who came over more recently might not have that very deep sense of white American identity.
We have to look for ways where we can securely have our own territory that is actually ours.
Presenting himself as a thoughtful person.
You know what's crazy is that we don't really necessarily know if you're fully white American just yet, man. Like, nothing against you, dude, but it's not like you're just showing your ancestry data sitting there, man. And what if there's an inkling of African American in there, man? What if there's an inkling of Chinese, Chinese or Asian or Oriental descent, man? Does this make your membership more intriguing is the downfall? And then whites only, I mean, I guess the black only, y'all call them ghettos or projects, right? That's what we call them in New Orleans.
Eric Orwell chooses his words carefully when describing.
But and also, and I hate to say this, and this is probably being stereotype that for real, but whites only communities, trailer parks. Shit, dude. They are what I'm supposed to say. They're primarily, there's white people in there. Like that's all you. When you think trailer park, you think then like white residents.
Being his personal beliefs. How do you describe yourself? Are you a white supremacist, white nationalist, neo-Nazi, any of the above?
None of the above. I'm a white identitarian. I think that ethnic identity, racial and ethnic identity, is a big part of who you are.
While portraying himself as someone mainly interested in preserving white heritage, Orwell has developed a close relationship with the white nationalist Patriot Front, which wants to turn the U.S. into an ethno-state for whites only. What is your relationship with the Patriot Front?
I believe that they are good faith actors. I think their ambitions for seeing political change are noble, even if I don't completely agree with their strategy or perhaps ultimate objective.
But photos posted by Patriot Front show Orwell was one of the speakers recently at the group's first national conference alongside neo-Nazi Robert Rundo. This is Rundo attacking a counter-protester at a Trump rally in 2017. And here at the Patriot Front conference, that's Rundo on the left. To the right is Orwell giving the fist over heart salute.
Life, liberty, victory!
The official salute of Patriot Front. You had a post on.
Yeah, dude. Like he wants to claim it when it's beneficial for him, and he does not claim it when it's not beneficial for him. That's exactly what that sounds like.
X on September 15th that said folks are willing to call for violence, but unwilling to join one of the few groups on our side that know how to organize and deploy men. Who is that group that you were referring to?
I was indirectly referring to Patriot Front.
As our News Channel 5 investigation has revealed, Patriot Front has built a compound in East Tennessee where it trains men to fight, although it claims it's just a way for them to develop themselves personally. Patriot Front does a lot of training for hand-to-hand combat. Do you think they're in a position, want to even prepare for battle, for civil war?
Well, I'm not against preparing.
Jeez, but preparing for civil war. God damn, bro. Yeah, man, for you to say, you're supporting these but not joining in the actual acts. I mean, some people might call you scamming, grifting is what they're saying, like pretending to be a part of this things to reap the benefits of it, but not actually fully involved in it. That's kind of like what it sounds like right now. This guy here, I think he's on the forefront of trying to create these whites only community, and it's never been kind of done before, but he doesn't ultimately want to seem like a bad guy. But brother, I'm just letting you know, you're tackling a huge ordeal in a country that is highly, very, very diverse. And for you to not just say what it is, bro. Stop sugarcoating it.
For civil war, because it may happen, not of our choosing.
Orwell has argued that this iconic photo of U.S. Marshals escorting 6-year-old Ruby Bridges as she integrated at a Louisiana school represents what he calls the immorality of forced integration.
And what they did was they chose one social model and said, you're all going to live this way. And it just wasn't really a democratic process.
Meaning the white people didn't get their way?
Yeah, the Democratic majority, if they don't get their way, that's undemocratic.
There is a lot to break down and go over in that video. Too much, and I'm gonna simply keep it to this one simple argument. For Tennessee, and this is based on 2020 census, white alone, 72.2%. More recent 2023 estimates, so these are just estimates from Beautify Data, white alone, 78.4%. Why do I bring this up? You're building whites-only communities in a state where whites make up 3/4 of the population. What I mean,
basically he's not really doing anything much. The primary resident's already white, my guy. So basically you're starting a movement or claiming you're creating a community in a state in an area that's already predominantly 3 out of every 4 people are already white, my guy. Are you scamming? Because literally every time we took a look at something you claimed, you didn't claim, you're for something, you're not for something, it almost seems like I said, guys, he's using these words to trigger an emotional response of identity and race to get people to join these memberships, you know. And he is getting a lot of empowerment. Like, just be honest, like if he says something and now you have a couple thousands of people really rallying behind you, he probably feels empowered doing this. And yeah, where's the truth, brother? Are you even fully white American? Like, we really don't know, and that's crazy. Thank you, Trader Joe, for dropping this video. I mean, look, guys, if y'all like this video and my reaction to it and some of the points that I made, you know, it's called Mixed Reactions for a reason. Okay, I'm here to see what is all about. We throwing it in for a mix, you know, from somebody that grew up in the hood. Look, I grew up poor in the hood, in the trailer park. All right, I'm biracial. My kids are triracial. Man, I went to white schools. I went to black schools. Look, I know a little bit about everything, you know, so just a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, if y'all like this video, please like, comment what y'all think. This guy, is he really just scamming? Do y'all think that he's trying to do something no one else has done and he's at the forefront, he's going to get a lot of positive support? Or do you really think that he is just another way for him to pretty much use race in the majority to get money? Exactly what I call it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment below. But yeah, like, comment, and sub if you want to see more reaction.